Hello, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time stopping by, I'm Lady Pavo, also known as Luna Lamonte, and today I'm doing something that is a little out of my comfort zone, but I want to share my experiences because maybe someone could give me a better explanation as to what folklore this may be a part of, or what exactly had occurred, or could explain a little bit more detail as to what I experienced when I was a teenager. I've been really inspired to share these, let's just say, spooky occurrences on my platform because I've shared them on podcasts like Monsters Among Us a few years ago. I'm having a hard time actually finding the episode where I shared this exact story, but if I do find it, I will link it down below in the description box. So anywho, I'm gonna dive right in. This is a true story. This happened to me when I was a sophomore in high school at the age of 15. I was at my friend's house. For the sake of this video and to protect people's identity, I'm gonna call her Rosa, and I'm going to say her little sister is Lily, all right? So I grew up in a small city located in Dutchess County, New York, called Beacon. It's a very cute city. I recommend anybody who's visiting New York to go ahead and check Beacon out. It's a very special city to me. I learned all of my life lessons in my younger ages in that beautiful city. So in this particular situation, this happened at my friend Rosa's house. I was spending the night at her house. I want to say it was around the springtime, almost summertime, like maybe April, May-ish. And it was a Friday night. And at the time, my friend Rosa lived by the Beacon Falls, for anybody who's a Beaconite out there, by Durkins, all right? So she lived in this small apartment above a laundromat located by the Beacon Falls. And I was sitting in the living room with her, and the way that the house was set up was when you walked through the door, it was her living room, which was attached to the kitchen. Off to the left of the living room was her mother's room. And then from the kitchen area, there was a hallway that led to her brother's room to the left, and all the way down the hallway was my friend Rosa and her younger sister Lily's room. All right, so we're all hanging out in the living room. It was me, my friend Rosa, her mother, and her younger sister Lily. At the time, her sister Lily had to be about 3 or 4 years old, okay? So it started getting late. My friend Rosa's mother decided that she was gonna go to bed, and me and Rosa stayed up watching a reality TV show. I believe it could have been Basketball Wives, because I believe it was like the very first episode they launched at that time, but I'm not 100% sure. It was a reality TV show. So we're watching this reality TV show, and her younger sister was in the living room on the couch playing with her toys. But I was really engaged in this show that I wasn't really paying attention to what my friend Rosa and Lily were doing. I just remember at some point of me watching this episode with them, she went off into the room with her younger sister. Now, I'm watching the last 15 minutes of this episode, and the way her living room was, it was kind of dark because obviously it was late. Just the television was playing and the hallway light was on. So after the episode ended, I was like, I'm gonna go grab a water. I'm gonna head towards the room. So I get up, I head towards the kitchen. I'm in the refrigerator at the bottom trying to grab a cold water to then go to the bedroom. As I'm going into the drawer to grab a water, I hear Lily's footsteps coming down the hallway. And she turns and she comes right behind me, and she walks right beside me. She's standing right beside me. And I see her through my peripheral vision. So you know, at nighttime, it's not a super lit room. It's kind of dim, especially because where we're standing is casting a shadow. Everything looks like a blur in your peripheral vision. So I say to Lily, hey Lily, do you want some juice? Now mind you, I'm a mom. I would never do this now, but I was 15 years old at the time, so I was like, do you want some juice? She didn't respond, so I just grabbed a sippy cup out of the cupboard that was right above me, and I reach back into the fridge. I grab the Tropicana peach juice, I pour some in, I open up my water bottle, and I fill it up to dilute the juice. As I'm closing the top to the sippy cup, I noticed that Lily sorry if you hear any background noise, my babies are sleeping. It's late o'clock, that's why the bonnet is on full throttle. So as I'm twisting the lid to the sippy cup, I noticed that Lily walks away kind of slowly right behind me and turns to the left to go down the hallway to her room. So at this point, I'm thinking, hold on, let me go check on her because she didn't say anything to me. Normally she's very talkative. So I close the fridge, I grab my water and the sippy cup, and I turn and I see that that was not Lily at all. It was I want to say 3 foot tall shadow being that was like a silhouette of a human that was completely black, no face, and it was staring at me, and it kind of froze when I looked at it. And the way I know it looked at me was because the way its body language was it was kind of turned like this, like the body of this being was facing towards the bedroom, but the face of this being was looking directly at me. And I say, Lily? And as soon as I say her younger sibling's name, the being just turns completely towards the direction of the bedroom and just walks slowly to the bedroom. So at this point, I'm like taken back. And this is the first time I've ever encountered a shadow person. So my first thought was, no way. There's no way what I saw is what I saw. It's late. Maybe my mind is playing tricks on me. The hallway light is on, so that could have been the shadow of Lily going down the hallway. Let me go check to make sure she's not playing a trick on me or trying to scare me. Maybe Rosa fell asleep and she snuck out the room. I don't know. So I go down the hallway, which is not a far walk from the refrigerator, but it felt like forever because, you know, when you're scared, you're just like, time kind of feels like it takes longer. So I go down the hallway, I go into the room, and I see my friend Rosa on the bed. I think she's like pressing on a nail, painting her nail or something like that. And I look down beside her bed was where her sister slept, in her toddler bed. I see that Lily is like knocked out, drooling, like sleeping. Now, if anybody been around children that sleep, you could tell the difference between them fake sleeping and when they are actually sleeping. This baby was in a deep sleep, literally drooling, knocked out. So I'm holding a sippy cup in my hand and a water bottle, and I say to my friend Rosa, I say, Rosa, did Lily walk down the hallway a few minutes ago to come to the kitchen? And my friend looks at me, looks back at her sister, and then looks at me again and goes, no, she's been sleeping since we started watching the show. That's why I came in the room, because I didn't want her falling asleep on the couch. And then I realized I needed to fix a nail, and I figured you would be heading to the room soon anyway. She's like, is everything okay? Because I think she could tell that I was startled. And I was like, yeah, everything's okay. I think I thought I heard her footsteps, but maybe it was the neighbors above us because she lived in an apartment building. So I never told my friend what happened, what I saw, but I just remember that night, especially after I realized that it really wasn't Lily, that what I saw was a being I've never encountered before, a shadow person, a shadow toddler, or what have you. I just remember getting chills down my back once I realized that she was actually sleeping, and I had a very uneasy feeling after that. I returned to her house after that occurrence, and I didn't have any other creepy situations happen in her residence, but other things did happen around me outside of her residence, or just outside of that specific apartment. But yeah, so that is my story with a shadow person. That was actually my very first encounter with a shadow person or a shadow toddler being, I don't know. Let me know if you've ever experienced a shadow being in the size of a toddler, because every other occurrence with a shadow being or person that I had was an adult size or a larger body size of a human, right? Not the size of a toddler. So I wonder if that's like a folklore from some other region of the world, or if that's just another being that I saw that I'm just not aware of. But anywho, I look forward to connecting with you. We're divinely connected, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this story. It's very hard for me to open up and be vulnerable. For anybody who knows me, they know that it takes a long time, so it took a lot of guts for me to tell this story, but I just want you guys to hear it, because I think it's important to share these stories with one another, so that, you know, if somebody else with more knowledge or more wisdom about this situation can give me some more answers, right? But anywho, have a great night. Peace.